Power. Power is a word that defines many actions we take. Power is what defines the course of history. The need to accumulate power is what creates the movement upward that the humans are always have. Um, but the real power I like to analyze the real meaning of power from my point of view, my experience, and my understanding. And by doing that, I'm gonna share it with you a little bit of the basis of what I understand. So, to understand power, I want to go back to the beginning of human civilization, human culture, when we still were human gatherers, one step ahead of pure raw nature. And we used to be hunters, we used to be gatherers, is the belief. And whoever was the most successful was the one that survived. And success was the real push for people, and that's what made us to be smart. So, hyper intelligent individuals at the time, they started analyzing the world, trying to put their emotions aside because there was not much, not much influence, external influence. There was no external influence. So whatever we needed to learn was from our understanding and experience and yeah, capabilities and time, because before people used to live less because everything was more savage. You could do whatever you want in nature. So what I want to talk about is about ancient sorcerers. Ancient sorcerers, they discovered one way to accumulate power is by creating an emotion into other people. In this case, the emotion is fear. Also, there are other emotions like love and caring. Yeah, those are emotions too that can be used for to to manipulate us. But in this case, we are talking about is power. And ancient sorcerers, they discovered that by inferring, uh, giving a dose of fear to other people, they will accumulate power, power for others to do what they want. And fast forwarding now, we are seeing the same by by sorcerers that use fear to manipulate us. Although now I'm seeing a new trend to manipulate us, and the new trend is the giving of the information to guide us towards certain ideas. We can see many examples of them. The fear of illnesses creates a sheep behavior in which we all have to unite like ants into a single behavior. Everybody back into the nest, you know, and everybody has to go back into the nest because that's the order from the queen of the ants. We are moving into ant-like culture, civilization, where we all are corralled into mega cities, and outside of the mega cities will be natural areas. Um, yes, so we are moving into an ant sort of situation, and fear is being used to corral us. not only fear, many things, but we are talking about power and fear. It's important to keep a quiet mind. It's important to see beyond the situation, and it's important to focus on ourselves. Ancient sorcerers, there is a story that I learned from sorcerers, uh, from books. Full disclosure, uh, I read a story about a sorcerer that, when given to certain plants, in order to shift his conscience, he would see a giant monster, and every time he looked at the monster was bigger. But then his teacher told him not to look at the monster. To The monster is there, and the monster is a door, and fear does not let you cross the door. So once you stop having the fear of the door, you cross the threshold of fear. And once he stopped focusing on the giant monster, it happened that it was a fly. He was hyper focusing his mind, his sight on a fly, and that inspired him to see other things. So that's a good analogy on how we can free ourselves from the fear of things. And also we have to understand that at the very end we are unable to change many things, and we have to continue forward in our own path, and trusting in the spirit, because we see the governments, we see the technology, we see many things, we see academia, we see science, but we are forgetting to look at the spirit, and the spirit guides us. Believe it or not, the spirit is our voice talking, but it's just that we don't understand that is the spirit talking, and we think it's ourselves, and since it's ourselves, we don't pay much attention, because so I hope that this sort of rant is good for you to understand things, my point of view. All of this is not from an AI, all of this is not from a collection of agents, or I'm not an agent from a collection of agencies trying to guide you. Although, yeah, now I want to talk about how we are being guided. It's ever since 2000, I remember reports given on how internet was going to be moved, how it was going to be moved, how it was going to free the people, and how to manage that free of the people in order to corral them again. So it was a very smart move given by the powers to be. And also, I want to say that to praise the United States Army for the movements that is doing towards out of hemisphere powers that were creeping inside the hemisphere and creating total chaos and cultural degradation and degradation of the people. And I want to praise them for paying attention to things and to creating a masterful chess move that nobody saw coming. So they are the real heroes of humanity. And I hope that the eagle lets me rest in its heart. Thank you, and bye.